hickory-dickory-dock. Time to beat the clock. Time for fun has now begun. Let's all play beat the clock.
Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. For half a century, a quality name in incandescent bulbs, fluorescent tubes and fixtures, photo lamps, radio and television sets, radio and television tubes, and electronic devices. Yes, for homes, offices, schools, and factories, Sylvania.
Let's all play beat the clock.
And here is America's #1 clock watcher, Bud Collyer.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome once again to Beat the Clock, the show where you have the time of your life playing against time for big-time prizes. Let's re-meet our very tall and very handsome couple over here that are holdovers from last week. How are you again? Mighty nice to have you back. It's Mr. Doctor and Mrs. Markham, isn't that right?
Right.
Dr. Markham, I didn't get to ask you last week. Time was kind of short. What kind of a doctor you are?
I'm a dentist.
Oh, you're a dentist?
That's right.
And how did you happen to meet your pretty wife here?
Oh, I sort of picked her up in a library.
You picked her up in a library?
That's right.
What volume were you reaching for when you got this one?
Well, I was going to school and just doing a little studying, and...
Well, you picked the right subject, boy,
You're
I'm
so
telling
right.
you. You've been married 6 years. I've seen you have 2 children, a boy and a girl. And, of course, they get the camera and the Roxanne doll. We told you that last week, didn't
Wonderful.
we? Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. All right, now remember, did I give you one of these football guides last week, or didn't I? From Sylvania. If I didn't, take that along with you tonight, Doctor, will you? Has all the names of the players, the various teams and schedules and rules and regulations and things like that. And the bonus is worth tonight $1,500. Wherever that bell rings, whatever lady's up at that time gets a chance at it. Maybe you. Now, right now, let's pick up where we left off. Last week, you were on the $200 clock, and you had some boxes and some catching to do. Remember? Did you practice at home? All right, come on over. Let's see what kind of a technique you developed. Now, if you would just stop off here, Miss Markham, I'll have to explain to the audience who maybe didn't see it last week. You stand behind this line over here, Doctor, you remember, and all you have to do is to catch and hold 4 of those boxes, which your wife will kick through the air to you. So as soon as you are holding 4, we'll stop the clock, and you'll beat the clock. You can kick in any order from anywhere you want to. It doesn't matter. Take a look at the clock first and see how many seconds you have. 45. No, you just have to kick them. You can turn them around, yes. Then you have to kick them from where they are. You want them in another... All right, you line them up. That's okay. Good enough. Are you ready? Go. There's 1. There's 2. Wow. There's 3. I think it's a lot of fun. When they started off last week, they'd have been grabbing them every which way, but when they work out their own little system at home, of course, you got to have real legs to get out and straddle 2 of those, I'll tell you. All right, that wasn't quite as bad as pulling teeth, I don't imagine anyway, was it? Hardly. And, of course, it got you through the $200 clock, which is really what you came back to do and what we hoped you would do, and you did. Are the kids watching, by the way?
Oh, they sure are.
Oh, I bet they're jumping up and down. Well, Dr. Miss Markham, now, of course, you come to the jackpot clock, and that's no part of you, Dr. Markham. You can't help in any way. You just have to stand down over there and hold good thoughts for your lovely wife. Meantime, Miss Markham, will you step up on this platform and then turn around again and face the audience, and don't turn back again until I tell you to. In back of you now is our jackpot board with all the words of a famous saying or quotation, all held there by magnetism, and you can move them around. And we want you to move them around on the board because they're all mixed up. You got to move them around until they spell out the saying or quotation we're after, and all this in 20 seconds from the time I say go. Now, don't turn around till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. No, you had it almost right before. Read it to yourself. That's it. Stop the clock. There's nobody here but us. Oh, man, I tell you. You get up there and it doesn't look the same at all. You were trying to spell out nobody theirs but us chickens, and you were holding the here out in left field here somewhere. Well, you did it. You beat our jackpot clock, so let's see what you've done. Just take a look over here.
It's the 1954 Sylvania Stratford with a 21-inch screen and the great new Photo Power chassis. for photographically clear pictures in even the most distant reception areas. And, of course, the Stratford has halo light for the greatest eye comfort in all television. Congratulations, Dr. and Mrs. Markham. You have just won Sylvania's Jackpot Prize.
Well, Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, now I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. James Griffiths from Denver, Colorado.
Thank you very much. How are you, Mr. and Miss Griffiths? Welcome from our audience, too. All right. How are you? May I ask what you do, Jim?
I'm a calculator and typewriter repairman on USS Orion.
In the Navy?
Yes, sir.
What's this, the new uniform they're issuing?
Yes, sir.
I like it. It looks very nice.
My commanding officer wouldn't.
You don't think he would? Is he out there in the audience now?
Yes, sir.
Who is he?
Lawton.
Captain Lawton?
Lawn, I think.
Lawn. You don't know your commanding officer's name? Captain Lawn, what about this? Does he pass inspection? Where are you? Captain, does he pass inspection? He does pass inspection. There you are. You see, he called it up to you. All right. Do you have any children?
No.
No children. All right. Now, let's see. Your home is Denver, Colorado. Is that right?
That's right.
Well, let's move you along into your $100 clock now. And it involves the two of you. If you both come over here with me, I'll show you what it is. Now, first off, Betty's giving me a mail bag, and I'm going to ask you to stand in front of your wife, if you will, Jim. Stand right here. I'm going to put this over your head, if I may. And then it's up to you to stand just about, well, come up here just a little bit. Right about there. That's it. And hold this open. You can also hold this part open, too, if you want to. And your wife is going to be the hands for you. She reaches around you, and here is a roll of paper toweling. Now, when I say go, all you have to do is start unrolling that paper toweling and get all of it in that mail bag in the number of seconds that you have from the time I say go. And I'll tell you how many that is right now. Take a look at the clock. 55 seconds to get it all in there. Do you understand? And you can't help except by holding the bag open. Do you understand, too? Okay, you ready? Go! That's it. Faster. Madeline and Betty are saying faster. Here we are. Go. All right, tearing again. Here's another end here. Come on. Pull it in there. Don't tear it. You'll pull it. Come on. That's it. Come on. Keep pulling. Pull it fast. That's it. Come on. Keep going. 20 seconds. Come on. Probably won't be able to sign a check for a week now. That really gets your arms going there. Well, good enough. Now, Mr. and Miss Griffiths, let me see. Jim, when you get shore leave, do you help around the house at all?
Yes, sir.
Do you help the wife put dishes away and pack away tins and pies and things like that?
Yes, sir.
Well, if you'll come over here with me now, and I think you better hand your glasses to you, Mrs. Griffiths, and let her hold them for you, if you don't mind. You can see all right without them, can't you? I'm still here. This is me right over here. Come on over here with me because we have a special little corner of a kitchen I want you to work out. Bring out our kitchen corner, if you will, please. Step right up there, if you will, please, Jim. That's the idea. Well, how about that? Now we're going to ask you to put a shower cap on, if you will. And your problem is comparatively simple. Now, all you have to do, you see these three whipped cream pies here? Each one of them has to be stacked in the pie plate that's right in front of it. See, there's a pie plate that's fastened down. You have to stack this in that in that, and that in that. And it's comparatively simple. The only thing is you may not use your hands at any time. and you may not pick the pie plate up with your teeth on the edge. But you have to use your face and just slide it over there, tip the pie plate up like that, and get it down to the other plate. The idea? All right, good enough. Okay. Can you what? Why, sure. You can hold on anything you want to except not touch the pies. I'll take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. You have 45 seconds, and don't worry about spilling anything, boy. We got you covered, and the floor here is just Congolium. You just mop it up, and it's as good as new, so you just go to work now and enjoy your whipped cream. Are you ready? Go! Get your face right there. What you want to do? Get your face right there. Not with your teeth. That's the boy. Tip it up, not with your teeth. Tip it with your teeth. Good boy! Roxanne, come on out here. Take a picture of the young man so we'll have a little record with one of your Sylvania flash bulbs with a blue dot for sure shot. The girls will get you cleaned up, Jim. Come back over here to Miss Griffiths. Tell me, does he like whipped cream?
Very much.
Good. Well, he had a good chance to taste it there tonight. That's good whipped cream. Now, you carry on for the family, if you will. If you'll step up on this little platform, we'll get Jim all cleaned up and delivered back to you good as new. Face the audience. Don't turn around again now until I tell you to. And back of you now is our jackpot board with all of the words of another famous saying or quotation. And you've got to move these words around until they spell out that saying or quotation because they're all mixed up on the board. You got the idea? You have 20 seconds. Don't turn around until I tell you to. All right? Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Stop the clock. A word to the wide. So now let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Again, Sylvania presents the Stratford, one of its great TV line for 54, with such exclusive features as the Photo Power chassis for photographically clear pictures in all areas, and Halo Light, which surrounds this 21-inch screen for the most comfortable viewing you've ever experienced. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Griffiths. You too have just won Sylvania's Jackpot Prize.
Many happy hours with you, Jack. You'll find your husband safe and sound backstage. You're welcome. Good night. Oh, Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Bud, now I'd like you to meet Mr. and Mrs. Orville.
Wait a minute. The bonus bell. You get the bonus. Now, wait a minute now. You guys just didn't even know before we even introduced them. What are the names now? Come on, tell me who they
Mr.
are.
and Mrs. Orville Barrett from Pittstown, New Jersey.
Good enough. Miss Barrett, without any further ado, come on over here. You get to try for $1,500 tonight. Don't say it. All right, I take it back. $1.50. Now, here we have it. Have you seen the stunt? You know pretty much what it is, then. Yes. You have to use this pancake turner on that cup, this one on this one. Get one cup standing on each pancake turner without helping with your body or helping with each other. Just separately. Got the idea? Take that one in that hand, that one in this one. $1,500 riding on this. And how many seconds? Let's take a look. 50 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Easy enough. Run bonus stunt of any we've ever had. $1,500. Golly, we didn't even find out what you do. Orville, what do you do for a living?
Farmer.
You're a farmer?
Yes, sir.
Man, you can really plow a lot of potatoes with that, can't you, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, Esther, congratulations to you. Boy, I'm so proud of you. And you know what? You can take these along as a souvenir. You take them along with you, and remember what you did with those two little pancake turners made you, in just for less than a minute's work, $1,500.
I don't believe it.
And a check will be mailed to you post-haste right away from Sylvania, and our congratulations to you. Believe me, that means, of course, folks, a brand new bonus starting again next week. Wonder what it'll be. Even I don't know yet, but we'll work one out. And in the meantime, I tell you, it's you have two children.
That's right.
How old are they?
One's 6 and one's 8 months.
6 and 1 8
Little girl,
months?
6 and boy, 8 months.
Oh, well, golly, let's see, the boy's kind of young, but for the 6-year-old girl, well, anyway, we're going to give him a camera, too. Just, you know, have it when he grows up a little bit. Roxanne, bring out these things, will you? Now, here's the Roxanne doll for your little girl.
Oh, she'll love it.
And here is a beautiful little Argus 75 with flash attachment and a little kit here of these wonderful Sylvania flash bulbs with a blue dot for sure shot. They'll be sent to you, so you'll have them there fresh as can be out there. Thanks very much, Roxanne. And in the meantime, we got to get you into your $100 clock now.
Oh, I don't think I can do it now.
You just want to quit while you're ahead, is that the idea? Well, you did a mighty good job, believe me, Mr. and Miss Barrick. And we'll get into your $100 clock as soon as you catch your breath just a little bit. What kind of farming do you do, Orville?
Dairy and poultry farming, general farming.
How large a farm do you have?
265 acres.
It's not ours. I mean,
Your tenant farm, is that it? Oh, you're saving for it, I see. All right, now, Mr. and Miss Barrick, here we have a twosome on this one. You can get out here and help out, Orville. So if you and your nice wife will come over here. Orville, if you go to the far side of this table here, Miss Barrick, you take a hold of this side of it. You'll find that if you pull this table apart, you know, it's expandable. You know, pull it up, pull it apart. That's the idea. Now, you can close it again. You don't have to close it all the way if you don't want to. But what I'm going to do is we're going to place these balloons one at a time under the table, like this. Now, what you have to do, they're filled with helium, so they go up in the air, you see? And all you have to do is you can use your foot to push it over to the center of the table, and then pull the table open enough to let it come through the opening, and then slam the table together and break the balloon. If you have broken 2 balloons, we'll stop the clock and you beat the clock. Take a look now. See how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. All right, sir. Putting it under here. Are you ready? Go. Look down. Don't touch the end. Watch it. Break it right as the bell rings. That'd have been too tight.
that was harder than the cups.
Got to go back and do the cups. Incidentally, you know, a lot of people have written saying, how do you get tickets for Beat the Clock? Well, your best bet is to write ahead, particularly if you're coming into New York from out of town. And the most important thing is let us know the Saturday that you're going to be in. Give us the date. Frequently they write and say, would you please send me 2 tickets or 4 tickets? I'm planning a trip to New York. They don't say when for. We have to kind of take a guess at it. So come on and write in, because you can't tell. You may be picked out of the audience as these folks were. You may break a bonus stunt. You may just have a wonderful time. But in any event, we hope you come see us. All right, now, Mr. and Miss Barrick, that's the $100 clock. Let's try the $200 clock. You pretty fast on your feet, boy?
Can try.
Come on over here. Let's see what you do on the $200 clock. Now here, thanks very much, Madeline. Here is a large inclined plane, you see, of a board, just wood. And here's a laundry basket down here. Now, I'm going to make believe that this is laundry, Orville, if that's all right with you. And I'm going to drop 1 hunk of it there. I'm going to drop 1 hunk there, 1 here, and the last one out there. Now, what you have to do is this. When I say go, you start rolling this tennis ball up this incline, run over and pick up a piece of laundry, drop it in the basket, come back and catch the ball before it drops on the ground. Then you do the same thing with the second one, and then with the third, and then with the fourth. Each time, you must roll the ball up the inclined plane far enough so it holds there for you long enough for you to get out and get the next piece of laundry. Got that? Yep, you get it. It's all right. Thank you very much. All right. That's all you have. Now, if you drop the ball or anything like that, you see, anything goes wrong, we have to stop, reset the whole thing, Orville. So don't waste any time. In the meantime, take a look over your shoulder and see how many seconds you have. 55 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Set them up again. Hold it. Stop the clock. Here we go. Go, way up. Hurry up. you just roll it a little ways like that, you don't give yourself much time. But if you take the ball and give it a little bit of a spin like that, it'll go up and kind of delay a little more, you see? You can roll it pretty close to the top that way, and it gives you a little more time. Try to roll it a little close to the top, but don't let it go off the top. All right, now, each one of those things has to go in the basket. You still have a full 30 seconds, boys, so it's worth trying. Are you ready? Go. Come on. Ooh. That's the one. Ooh. All right, Miss Barrick. Now it's your turn, Miss Barrick, to try again. You open the proceedings, you close the proceedings. You have to try for our jackpot clock. Orville, if you don't mind standing back over there, you can only help your wife with good thoughts, not by telling her anything. Step up on this platform, Miss Barrick. If you will, turn around, face the audience. Now, don't turn back till I tell you to. And back of you now is our jackpot board. And again, we have all the words of a famous saying or quotation, and again, they're all mixed up. You get them unmixed. So they spell out the saying or quotation in 20 seconds. Now, don't look till I tell you to. Open the curtain. Turn around, take a look. Go. Okay, stop the clock. The voice is back. All right, you have beaten our jackpot clock. Now let's see what you've won. Just take a look over here.
Again, Sylvania presents the Stratford, one of its great TV line 454, with such exclusive features as the Photo Power chassis for photographically clear pictures in all areas, and Halo Light, which surrounds this 21-inch screen for the most comfortable viewing you've ever experienced. Congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Barrick. In addition to the bonus prize, you have just won Sylvania's Jackpot prize.
Thank you very much. All right, Roxanne, whom do we have now?
Now, Bud, we have Mr. and Mrs. Lynn Schrader from Lexington, Kentucky.
Thank you very much. Hello, Miss Schrader. How are you? How long have you folks been married?
18 months.
You have any children?
No, we don't.
I see. Where are you stationed, Lynn?
Fort Slocum, New York.
How long have you been in service now?
9 months.
How much longer do you plan to remain?
Just the remainder of my 2 years.
You're going to get right on out again. What will you do in private life, sir?
Well, I was a student before I came in.
I see. Where?
Purdue University.
What will you study?
Agronomy, soils.
Will you go back doing that?
I'm not for sure.
Well, good luck to you, whatever you do. Believe me, we wish you the very, very best of good luck. Now, of course, we're going to start you out on the $100 clock. We start everybody on the $100 clock. Well, Mr. and Miss Schrader, let's see what we have in store for you now on the $100 clock. Since you haven't worn civilian hats in a while, Lynn, come on over here with your wife, and I'll see how you look in a civilian hat. All right. Now, first, I'm going to give you, Mrs. What is it, Schrader? This grocery store grabber. You ever seen those things? You know how you work them? Take a hole like that, see, in both those places, and it just grapples like that. That's the idea. Now, if you step over here, I'm going to put a hat on your husband and see how he looks in a civilian hat. Boy, he looks just fine. All right. Now, your problem is simply this. Here are 3 more hats. One on the floor there, one there, one there. Using only that grocery store grabber, pick up those hats one at a time and pile them up on top of the ones he has on his head until all 5 are balanced on top of his head. Take a look at the clock, see how many seconds you have. 50 seconds. Are you ready? Go. Take it by the brim. You'll find it's easier. You stand up, so you have to make it harder for you. Move it up and down, you may knock them off. Easy. Easy now. All right. Well, sir, that's moves you along. Now you feel better. You got through the $100 clock. The $200 clock is coming right up, and that involves. Come on over here with me, and I'll show you what it involves. Now, here we have some, well, say, here we have some. I'll show you. Here we have 2 plungers, you see, like this, 2 of them. Here we have some volleyballs. Now, I'll let you figure out what it is you're going to have to do with them. Can you come back next week?
Oh, yeah.
Good enough. We'll see you next week. It'll be our first contestant starting on this stunt at that time. Good night for now. Nice to have had you here with us tonight. Right now, this is Bud Collyer speaking for Sylvania, reminding you that our biggest record bonus went tonight for $1,500 for 2 cups on the Pancake Turners. Start a new one next week. And right now, saying goodnight for Sylvania, hoping that next time may be your time to beat the clock. Good night, everybody.
Television Network. Roxanne Sound by Nat Kaplan. Beat the Clock is brought to you by Sylvania. This is Vern Bennett reminding you to tune in every week at the same time for Beat the Clock.